Did you think I'd forgotten you? Perhaps you hoped I had.
As for me, I used to be on the edge of the frame. Now, I'm only 3 feet away. One heartbeat away from the presidency, and the butchery begins. It's not beginning the story that I fear. It's not knowing how it will end. There are 2 types of vice presidents, doormats and matadors.
The road to power is paved with hypocrisy and casualties.
The higher up the mountain, the more treacherous the path. You rode too high in the saddle. The heart can choke the mind when all its blood flows back onto itself. Stick a knife through its heart and put an apple in its mouth, I won't shed a tear. I've always loathed the necessity of sleep. Like death, it puts even the most powerful men on their backs. Even Achilles was only as strong as his heel.
Every kitten grows up to be a cat.
From the lion's den to a pack of wolves.
Membership won.
When you're fresh meat, kill and throw them something fresher.
Never regret. For those of us climbing to the top of the food chain, there can be no mercy.
There can be no false steps. Any pugilist worth his salt knows when someone's on the ropes. That's when you throw a combination to the gut and a left hook to the jaw. Shake with your right hand, but hold a rock in your left. Cry havoc, said he who fought chaos with chaos, and let slip the dogs of war. Avoid wars you can't win, and never raise your flag for an asinine cause like slavery. A little sibling rivalry isn't such a bad thing, especially between adopted boys.
They seem so harmless at first. Small, quiet, lapping up their saucer of milk.
They either push each other to be the best versions of themselves, or one of them gets booted back to the orphanage.
Once their claws get long enough, they draw blood. Sometimes from the hand that feeds them.
I feel exposed. Like the skin where my ring used to be. Like a lone tree in an empty field. Like a do not enter sign. If a bullet comes my way tomorrow, it will not be an accident, and I must be quick to duck. Everyone is fair game now, including me. I won't leave one of my own bleeding on the field. I need to disrupt the nuptials and prevent a second marriage. Here comes the bullet. The first drops of blood have been spilt. It's not my wound to suture. Bullet grazed my cheek, but I haven't fallen. Claire must be the surgeon. Only she can stop the bleeding. She lost, but she played to win. There's always a coin toss with the Chinese. The Chinese don't like carrots. Let's see how they like the stick. The Chinese are right about one thing. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the one for the many. We need to invite a full frontal attack. Then hold the line.
The cook can't blame his ingredients if he doesn't like how they taste together.
If you don't like how the table is set, turn over the table. We're flying full throttle into a hurricane. We can't avoid the battle, but we can choose the battlefield. The last thing we want to do is rock the boat.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
No matter how strong the wind blows against us, let's let him wither on the vine a little longer. He knows where his bread is buttered. We're cut from the same cloth. Think of Remy as the guy who shows up with a six-pack after the liquor stores close. Don't step out of the sunlight for no reason. Locate the source and then cut off the tap. Let's start this new chapter with a clean slate. Somebody's not playing by the rules, but we can't whistle blow until we find the source. Now you sleep on that. You need to run the marathon, not the sprint. The ball's in your court, as they say. No Achilles heel. One fall of the axe.
It's a lot of eggs to put in one basket.
We only have one basket. Exile.
There is but one rule. Hunt or be hunted. Welcome back.